Well, it goes to show, if you're going to go at a legend, you better not miss. As we know, Angel Reese come out this week. She absolutely crushed her own teammates into the dust. And she even decided to go after a legend. The legendary Courtney Vandersloot, who, of course, blew out her ACL at the beginning of the season. And she is in the midst of making a comeback. And, of course, Angel Reese made some comments that were none too kind to a legend.
Okay.
All right, this is crazy. Vanderloot, Courtney at last, she spoke up. And believe me, it wasn't nuanced. When a 5-time, 2-time WNBA champion and all-star gives Angel Reese a clap back, this drama queen, a rookie who is now a sophomore, has. It was pushed too far. The Sky Locker Room is more than just broken at. At this moment, anarchy is spilling out. All over. Here is the actual query. Are bridges being burned by Angel Reese more quickly than she can construct them? Because, let's face it, there has been disagreement since Reese from her time at LSU. Additionally, if the foundation of the brand is igniting that act is beginning to become old.
Thin. Why?
Because if you have enough courage to challenge a legend such as Courtney, you had better get the punch in, Vanderloop. Reese's jab was a huge miss.
Do you
think the Chicago team should fire Reese? The Sky? Tell us in the comments below.
Come on.
At this point, it's over. That whole Sky Barbie thing, that thing is over. Angel Reese is done in Chicago. They're going to move on. They have to.
And let's remember who we are discussing this topic. Vanderloot Courtney is not a benchwarmer that you can nonchalantly disrespect. She has been an all-star 5 times, a 7-time leader in assists, and a WNBA champion twice. Her CV is positioned above Reese's highlight reels, louder than her antics on the sidelines, and far more significant than any caption on Instagram. However, Angel is about to arrive, making remarks regarding the age of Vanderloot, her resilience, and perhaps wondering if the Sky should have faith in her to come back stronger than ever. It's more than just shade. It's an smack with the open hand at one of the most honored basketball veterans.
Chicago Sky teammates of Angel Reese, Ariel Atkins, Rachel Banham, Courtney Vandersloot, 3 ladies which were targeted in that hit piece that Angel Reese slid underneath the table. Yeah, they responded. Not only did they respond, but the Chicago Sky responded as well.
The
Angel Reese's Chicago Sky teammates, Courtney, Rachel Banham, and Ariel Atkins. 3 women from Vanderloot were. Angel was the target of that hit piece. Below the table, Reese slid. Yes, they answered. Additionally, they reply. Nevertheless, the Chicago Sky replied as well. Why even go there then?
Reese
has yet to complete 2 complete seasons as expert. Reese's sister, Caitlin Clark, hypothetical adversary, since to be honest, the majority of this rivalry occurs in the focal point is already Reese's head of the Fever from Indiana, pulling a whole franchise back into the spotlight and changing the course of WNBA history in the process. Conversely, Reese is overly busy, causing a ruckus in her own locker
space.
Not precisely the recipe for leadership, what anyone was hoping for.
We can't rely on Courtney to come back at that age that she's at, Reese said. I know she'll be a great asset for us, but we can't rely on that. We need someone probably a little younger with some experience, somebody who's been playing the game and is willing to compete for a championship and has done it before. Courtney Vandersloot, by the way, 2-time WNBA champion, 5-time All-Star, 2-time All-WNBA first team, left the New York Liberty, a championship caliber team, to come help out the Chicago. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Oh, dang. Oh, damn. It's all right, Courtney. It's all right.
Additionally, the
kicker. Courtney didn't request
handouts. She tore her ACL, and now she's been working harder than everybody else. Rigorous rehabilitation procedures, taxing exercises, and interviews that revealed nothing but determination and focus to return. More powerful than before. The final item her alleged teammate was needed, recommending to the whole basketball. She has cleaned up the globe. But that's Angel Reese did just that. Additionally, she didn't merely say it in private. In an interview, she made the statement in public. That's what causes veterans to lose respect right away. Venting in the locker room occurs everywhere, of course. However, pulling a name of a buddy in the dirt on camera, that's how you build confidence in. Note the time.
Can Sky Nation expect to see you back here next year?
Oh, absolutely. You know, contrary to what people say or think, my age is absolutely not a factor. I am coming back. I'm going to come back better than ever because that's what I've done. I put myself in the position to come back and compete even at this age.
Better than ever. Thank you so much, Sloot.
Vanderloot, of course, didn't let it go. When questioned about her future, without hesitation, point void. In contrast to what others claim or believe, my age is irrelevant.
I'm
Returning stronger than before.
boom.
That's a straight counterattack intended to directly at Ree. No subweets with codes, no subtle illusions, only an experienced retorting with facts.
She isn't finished.
Not only is she not slowing down, but she's preventing a sophomore hothead from compose her obituary. Ree wants smoke. Vanderloot, however, reminded her who actually establishes the norm.
Angel Reese will be lucky if she has a third of the career that Courtney Vandersloot has had. I don't think it was Kennedy Carter that blew that locker room up. I think it was Angel Reese. There, I said it out loud. I think it was continuous drama.
Take a moment to stand back and see the larger picture. The legacy of Vanderloot includes already set in stone. She has completed the task, earned the respect and the rings among her peers. Meanwhile, Angel Ree is still an ongoing project to locate her location. However, rather of concentrating on her development, she's madly attacking legends, whose achievements she's not even approach smelling. Vanderloot possesses more titles than Ree's playoff total.
Looks.
It's not even exaggerated. That's the truth.
Happened with Angel Reese at this point. I think she's done playing.
You then turn to look at Caitlin Clark. Because, regardless of Ree's feelings, the comparison is inevitable. Clark just similar to how Ree has handled physical fouls, targeting as well as constant media coverage. What's the difference? Clark is not a thrower. Coworkers under the bus. She doesn't. Veteran shadow. She receives the blows, gets back up, and continues to move Indiana ahead. That is a franchise's hallmark. Foundation. Fans adore her because of this. Sponsors swarm to her because of this.
Ree
Might be using the marketing hype machine. Social media, however, Clark possesses the you cannot fake the leadership gene. However, back to Ree, because to the suspension scandal is only the icing on the cake. A half aim. Suspension is not the same as discipline.
comedy is that.
In essence, the Sky said, hey, let's discipline her for 20 minutes. And wish that she takes a lesson. No one honors that. Not the admirers, not the media, not other participants. Courtney's answer went beyond simply checking.
Ree
It revealed the absence of command. The remarks of Vanderloot reminded what professionalism looks like to everyone. Similar. Grit, responsibility, and concentration. In the meantime, Ree appears to be running. Her speech is more rapid than her game.
growing.
The disparity is striking.
Beginning of the season, you was missing mad layups. You was shooting like 27% on layups. I saw Ariel Atkins at the podium holding you down. I didn't see none of your teammates going in the media blasting your ass for not being able to make a damn layup. We haven't seen none of your teammates come out and flame you for how you was missing layups back to back to back to back to back. You had like 8 straight games where these dudes won hundreds of thousands of dollars betting that you would miss your first shot. None of your teammates came out and embarrassed you publicly. They held you down and supported you.
Furthermore, naturally, it wasn't helped by Reese's support base. Her web persona. Supporters threw insults and went nuclear, destroying her career at Vanderloot and pretending to be awards and rings are irrelevant. It was unpleasant.
It was
Naive. And Ree was reflected in it. Since, whether she acknowledges it or not, the fan base of the player joins their brand. Fans of Caitlin Clark, they create, lift her up, honor her, and share the talk about how amazing she is. Fans of Reese, they weep and bring legends down. Conspiracy theories. That says volumes. How stunning Vanderloots. The delivery was the clapback. She didn't yell, she didn't rant and require a Twitter post to demonstrate her value. Her professional background already does the
speaking.
She only needed to remain composed. Tell the truth. She's not finished yet.
She's
not elderly. And she's returning with more strength. More so than previously. Ree, meanwhile, merely looks as if she made up drama out of thin air, lowering the spirits in her own locker room. While doing so,
I would be highly surprised if Angel Reese is on the Chicago Sky's roster come the start of the 2026 or the 2027 season. The Chicago Sky, they might be saying to themselves, Angel Reese just isn't worth the headache that she is causing. Great rebounder. As for everything else, she's not worth the headache that she's causing.
The delightful irony comes next. Reese, continually expressing a desire for improvement. Teammates seeking titles, wishing to improve Chicago. However, tell me, which top free agent will sign with a group in which the alleged celebrity disrespects veterans in public?
Free
agents converse. Agents converse. Everybody in the league takes note of this type of dysfunction. Why would someone enter? Will you consent to a circus tent? We must not let off the hook at the Chicago Sky front office either. This fire was allowed to burn without a check. That punishment for half a game was laughable. Either you maintain your player or you entirely hold her responsible. Attempting to accomplish both made them appear feeble. The front desk appears without courage. The coach seemed helpless. Additionally, the entire team appears to be spiraling. Throw in the shenanigans of Angel Reese into the mixture. And congrats. You have the ideal formula for a
squandered season.
As here, Tyler Marsh called it a top-down organizational decision, declined to share which comments were viewed as detrimental. Atkins implied the team supported the decision. Ownership handled it how they see fit. She told the Sun-Times, a shooter on Friday, they have full support from our team.
And
let's be direct for the moment and say
it.
Caitlin Clark is not Angel Ree. Not in output, but in leadership, and not in her self-presentation or her
group.
Clark has already made her decision. As a franchise's spokesperson, the main point of the WNBA's expansion and a shown leader who is under strain. Meanwhile, Ree is still attempting to determine how to not to offend her teammates before even her second season comes to an end. The comparing all the time just makes Reese appear worse due to the distance between them is expanding daily.
The respect and well-being of every player. We are committed to accountability so our players can stay focused on playing basketball. Because of statements detrimental to the team made by Angel Reese during league-mandated media, she will not play in the first half of the game on September 7th against the Las Vegas Aces. This matter has been handled and resolved internally, and we are moving forward as a team.
The WNBA has a harsh stance. If you bring drama to the table, beyond what you do on the court, franchises will move on without hesitation. Additionally, Ree is walking so tight right now. She's wobbling on a rope. Her exclusion didn't only attract notice.
It brought up a
Significantly more significant query. Is the Chicago? In fact, Sky is aware of what it's doing with her. A punishment for half a game isn't self-control. It is used as window decorating.
That's
The type of discipline you administer not in the pros, but in high school. It reveals all people in the Sky are caught between two poor choices. Reese is what they want on the floor due to her ticket sales, but they must appear as though they're doing something, as the changing area is a cake and powder form. That's not being a leader. That is cowardice cloaked in responsibility.
Angel Reese facing her first bit of accountability here in the WNBA. Unapologetically, Angel, the Chicago Sky don't care about any of that right now. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care about go out and say what you want. Be unapologetic. They have no time for that. They have a business to run. They have teammates that they care about, players on the roster that they're looking for. You know what? We got to send a message. This isn't cool to Vandersloot. This isn't cool to Banham. This isn't cool to Haley Van Lith. We got to show the other players on the roster we have your back as well.
Conversely, Courtney Vanderloot never had to engage in that game. A career is the epitome of reliability, responsibility, as well as professionalism. You don't get 7 assist titles by mishap. 2 titles are never lost in your lap. They are obtained by perseverance, unwavering discipline, as well as the corresponding teammates. As soon as she didn't lash after Derloot tore her ACL, dismiss, blame, or look for justifications. She lowered her head, devoted to treatment, and let her words are not as powerful as determination. That might teach Ree a lot. For instance, if she were sufficiently modest to pay attention. However, it is the problem. Reyes seems uninterested in paying attention. She seemed more worried about directing the story via her remarks to the press, via the online conflicts fought by her followers, or through her game-playing antics.
It's
all about the brand, Angel Ree, instead. Compared to the player, Angel Ree. Additionally, when you're just 2 seasons in with, you have no playoff credentials. Unbalanced like that looks awful. Actually, awful.
Experience. We are aware of it, Marsh stated. We are addressing it.
Compare that to Caitlin Clark once more. Clark has received more reprimands than any player within the last few years.
She has been
targeted persistently, fouled hard, and criticized by detractors and even ex-participants. But despite all, she's concentrated on her team and her game.
Clark
knows something that Ree doesn't. Being a leader is not about making headlines or likes on Instagram. It has to do with resiliency. It all comes down to how you handle hardship while everyone is looking. For this reason, Clark's standing continues to rise as Reese's continues to sink. Let's get started now. Regarding Reese's remark regarding Courtney Vanderloot's advanced age, it wasn't simply irresponsible. It was completely flat.
Rude.
The worth of Vanderloot is demonstrated. Her insight, background, and younger players shouldn't engage in playmaking. Can reproduce. To completely ignore that doesn't give Reese a bold appearance. It creates. She appears uneducated and immature. This isn't truthful. It's a disguised form of arrogance. As direct communication.
Like it's happening. Angel Reese is asking out of Chicago already.
Angel Reese officially puts the Chicago Sky on notice. We're not doing the same thing this offseason that we did last offseason. Stop bringing me bums to play with.
And consider, regarding the message that this conveys to the league, if you're a veteran thinking about, you hear of Chicago as a landing place. Older players are dismissed by their youthful star. Why would you ever sign there in public? Before you even set foot, the trust is gone. Via the door. gaining an advantage. Trust is essential in professional sports, and that trust is being eroded by Ree more quickly than it can be rebuilt by the sky. The Vanderloot clapback was incredibly accurate because it was composed, self-assured, and rooted in reality. Everyone is aware. She has earned the privilege of speaking. Angel, Ree hasn't. As soon as Vanderloot states, people think she'll return stronger. When Ree discusses the group, better players, supporters, and media are required. They roll their eyes. That's what makes it credible. Gap, and it is enormous. The response from fans make the point clear. The Vanderloot supporters appreciate and admire her and wish for her to be successful. Reese's internet army. They assault any who dare, criticizing her while dragging out the discussion into the gutter with baseless taunts and personal assaults, regardless of whether a fan base reflects the player's image. Clark's admirers emphasize how terrific she is, as Reese's supporters rip others
down.
It tells it all.
Now, how many players are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about Courtney Vandersloot? Are going to listen to what Angel Reese had to say about her current teammates? How many players are going to say, oh yeah, I want to play with that player who has no problem throwing me under the bus with 3 games to go? I want to play with that. Maybe not many.
The Green Draymond. To be honest, the comparison makes sense. Racks for Ree. Up technical fouls, enjoys playing. Conflict and consistently discovers herself amidst the drama. Unlike most NBA players, Draymond has 4 championships to defend the mayhem.
Ree
has nothing like that. Absent the triumphs, the antics don't appear to enthusiasm. They appear to be immature.
Now,
to view the larger image, zoom out. The WNBA itself. At last, the league is receiving national focus, expanding its audience and drawing larger gatherings. Additionally, the focal point of that surge is Clark, Caitlin. The magnet is her.
Ree
gains from that attention, but rather than elevating herself with it, with her group, she produces the incorrect news reports during a period when the league need professionalism and steadiness. She is providing diversion and dispute.
Be suspended for Friday game unless it is rescinded. And I'm telling you right now, look, he said it best, her attitude. That mug ain't getting rescinded. Angel Reese has struck out again.
Vanderloot's reaction was therefore such sharp. There was nothing she needed to say. However, she decided to. She explicitly stated that she refused to allow Ree or anybody else to rewrite her story. By remaining composed, she affirmed her worth by reminding the league that veterans continue to be important, that leadership is still important, and that you have to gain respect. Ree might believe by speaking she is establishing her brand out, but she's actually distancing free agents, teammates, and possibly even the actual league. If she continues like this, she may easily follow the same path in her profession route as other possible celebrities who shifted between teams before vanishing out in full. Caitlin Clark. It's sealed by contrast. Ree and Clark both currently in their second year. Clark is considered the WNBA's future, a player with the ability to lead a franchise and draw spectators to arenas.
Ree is seen as a
divisive personality who makes headlines. Not for the right reasons. Both are gifted, but only one is constructing long-term legitimacy. Thus, Chicago has a choice to make.
Do they go on?
Allowing Ree, hoping she matures, or doing they relocate her after cutting their losses before her reputation entirely collapses? Vanderloot's remarks draw attention to the stakes flawlessly. Ree's lack of respect. Why are there legends like Courtney Vanderloot? Does anyone think she'll honor the league, the game, or even her personal teammates? This is why this story is important. There is more than one suspension or One thoughtless comment. It concerns the locker room culture, the guidance of a business, and the course of a player who has the potential to either foundation or a warning story. Vanderloot didn't simply return the clap.
She
Made a mark in the sand. Showing respect is not a choice. Ree believed she was saying the truth, but she only did reveal her lack of maturity. Do you believe that Ree? Should the Chicago Sky fire him? Let us know in the comments section below. Turn on all, like, and subscribe alerts to ensure you don't miss anything.